All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mantra Monday. The inner condition that we're going to look at today is arrogance. Now, for those of you who've been following me for a while, you'll recognize that we have covered the concept of arrogance in the past. We've done one that was specifically using the power of the goddess Lalita to help us work through our arrogance. Um, and we've come at it from different angles. And why is that so important? Why does it keep coming up? Well, that should be pretty obvious. Say hello to my cat. Um, Arrogance comes when we start to believe that we are better than other people and that we have the right to talk down to them and to sort of boss them around. This is not a good look for anybody. Everybody is equal. We've all come here to learn lessons, and some of us are struggling a little more with those lessons than others. You don't know what that other person has signed up for this lifetime, and you don't know what they're going through. But to think you know better than them about how they should live their lives, how they should be treated as opposed to how you should be treated, that's a big one. I had that pointed out to me very distinctly a couple of years ago when the newest Costco opened. And one of my friends wanted to go there to pick up some stuff for a holiday. And that person was in a hurry. They wanted to get what they wanted to get and get out. It was a weekend. The store had not been open at all for very long. So there was a big push to get people to become members. And if they were members, to upgrade to a higher level of membership. Well, this person was not interested in any of that. And so when an employee started to give their spiel, she was apparently extremely rude to them. And she posted later about this and felt that she was fully justified in what she had done. And most of the people that were friends with her agreed that apparently they felt it was appropriate for her to be rude and dismissive of this employee simply because she felt her time was more valuable. That didn't sit well with me. The employee probably did not have any choice about this. That part of what they were supposed to do was do this upsell shtick. And I pointed that out. I also pointed out that if she was really in a hurry to get certain things for this holiday, that perhaps she should not have gone to a brand new store on a weekend when you knew it was going to be busier than all hell. Well, everybody told me how horribly wrong I was. That she was completely justified to tell that employee to basically piss off. So I took that to my other friends and said, what do you think of this situation? And they were horrified, as they should be. They said, she had no right to talk to the employee like that. You were right to call her out on it. That's arrogance. I find it really disappointing when I see that kind of behavior in people. Especially ones that would then turn around and talk about all the donations they gave to, important causes, or, that they volunteered doing such and such. It's very hypocritical. Because they're not coming at it from a viewpoint of, we're all equal, let me help you. They're coming from a viewpoint of, you're pathetic. Let me show you how much better I am. I'm going to take time out of my busy schedule to, be nice to you. But you're pretty pathetic. That's just not going to work for me. I don't like that attitude. I think it's nasty. It's demeaning. And it's inappropriate. I would hope that most of you would be just as appalled at my Facebook friends' behavior as I was. But apparently in her social group, that's particularly acceptable. Come to your own conclusions. I know where I stand. That's arrogance. That's the arrogance that says, I'm better because I make more money. I'm better because I have a different skin tone. I'm better because I listen to a particular type of music. Or I watch a particular news. Or I believe in a particular ideology. We know from the past where that kind of path leads. We also know that the sort of thing is happening still, right now. We can't allow it. We can't allow it. I'm going to write in the comments our mantra for today. It is Shante Prashante Sarva Damba Upashamani Swaha. Okay? Shante Prashanti Sarva Damba Upashamani Swaha. And if you see that as a particular trait that you have in yourself that you would really like to eliminate, as I said, if you go to our YouTube channel, you will find a couple of other mantras that also deal with eliminating arrogance from your being. And you can consider whether doing a practice to help you with that would be appropriate. I can't tell you, only you know how you are. But we want to make sure that we don't think that we're all that in a bag of chips just because. Let's do some Ganesh, shall we? Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. 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 All right. Let's move into a half mala of today's mantra. Shanti Prashanti Sarvadamba Pashamani Swaha. 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 We're getting close to the end of our series of dealing with inner conditions. I'm going to be doing a little bit of research to try to see what direction I'd like to go next. Of course, I always take your comments as to what things you would like to focus on. If you would like to focus on specific things, strength, protection, getting lower energetics out of your life, that sort of thing, please let me know. This year we've been focusing on bringing in the light of the sun and making space for all that sun energy by dealing with the inner conditions that might be holding us back. But where we go from here, we'll see. I hope as we deal with these inner conditions, we find greater peace and greater calm and balance. Everybody stay cool, and I will see you next week.